Hey y'all, it's Cody here at the Bar 7, and sorry it's so late getting this out to you tonight, but we've been running around like a bunch of chickens with our heads whacked off all week and had things going on today, and we just got back in the house. So I wanted to start our capsule sermon with that apology. And I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt like in your life that just nothing was going right, that everything you did, it was like I'm running into a roadblock? I'm trying to get to this, or I'm trying to do that, and every time I turn around, it just seems like there's some obstacle in my way that's stopping me or keeping me from getting to where I want to be in life. I know I have. I know there's been times when I really thought there was something that I wanted to do or something I wanted to achieve, and it's just like, man, every time I just almost get there, man, something would get in the way. And I think back to last year when Clancy and I were trying to get his truck done for C10s in the park last year, and it was just like every time we turned around, we didn't have the parts to finish that day, or we thought we'd ordered everything, but something came in wrong, and we were just pushing so hard to get there, and at the end of the day, we didn't make it. But fast forward a year and we get to where we are now, and we were done a week or two ahead of time, with what we were wanting to be done with, so that we could get there. Is his truck completely finished? Absolutely not, but it was a whole lot easier. And it's because what I feel like is that was in God's timing. That's where He wanted us to be when He wanted us to be there. And the reason I think about that, and the reason I come to those conclusions is, if we look in the book of Numbers, in chapter 22, and if you'll start in like verse 22 and then read through verse 39, you'll read about a guy named Balaam. And it's the story of Balaam and his donkey. And as you read through the story, you see Balaam's going someplace that the Lord didn't want him to go. And the first thing he did was he set an angel with his sword drawn in front of, and the only thing that could see it was Balaam's donkey that he was riding. And she turned and ran the other direction. Well, Balaam whipped her, got mad at her, and then the next thing, he rides another direction, and he comes to a vineyard that's got a wall on each side of it, and the angel stands in the hole, and again, only the donkey can see it. And he's, just getting after this donkey, whipping her, trying to make her go through there. Well, she rubs up against the edge of one of the walls and crushes his foot because she's trying to avoid the angel that's in the way. And then the last time, that the angel is in his way, the donkey lays down and Balaam gets mad, and then God gives the donkey the ability to speak there, and he says, am I not a good donkey? He's like, man, and Balaam says, I wish I had a sword right now because I'd get rid of you. And that's kind of where we're going to pick up. And this is in verse 31, and I think we're going to read through like 33, and it says, Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand, and he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said to him, Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? Behold, I have come to stand against you, because your way is perverse before me. The donkey saw me and turned aside from me these 3 times. If she had not turned aside from me, surely I would have also killed you by now and let her live. Okay? So what we take from this story is when we're going directions that God doesn't want us to go, He puts roadblocks in front of us. And we may not see them as roadblocks, and we may not understand why things are not going the way we want them to. But if we'll stop and think about it and realize that, hey, we're out of God's will in the direction we're trying to go, maybe, just maybe, there's an angel standing in front of me, and on this donkey I'm riding sees it, but I don't. So keep that in mind. When you feel like things are going wrong, stop, take a look, see if you're in the will of God, if you're going the direction that you know He's wanting you to go. And if you're not, then turn around and go the direction He wants you to. I love you. God bless you. And y'all keep praying.